Thank you for your introduction, Yamaguchi-san. Let me share my screen. Hold on the line. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can. If you can you move a little closer to the microphone? Your voice is a little.
Okay. How about this?
Yes, that's better. Thank you. Go ahead.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone in Costa Rica, and good morning for participants in Japan. I am Masami Ishihara of Global Environment Center Foundation, or JEC. We JEC act as an implementing organization for the JCM model projects. It's my pleasure to talk about the financing program for the JCM model projects, which is one of the actions taken to stop the global warming. Let me talk about the outline of the project. These are the topics I present you today. Let me start with the first one, that is overview and recent trend of the JCM model project. These are the features of the JCM model project. Budget is here. I will talk about international consortium later in this presentation. The JCM model project is subsidized for equipment and facilities that contribute to the emission reductions of GHG. The project needs to be completed within 3 years. So earlier start of the project is desirable because you are given only 3 years to complete. These are the conditions for the project, and I will touch upon more in detail later in this presentation. The government of Japan finances part of an investment cost for the model project. Project can be developed based on city-to-city collaboration between Japan and partner countries with the support by both governments. Also, they can use various financing schemes under JICA, Japan International Cooperation Agency, JBIC, Japan Bank for International Cooperation, and other international organizations such as Asian Development Bank, World Bank, and UNIDO. The financial support of this program is grant and used for equipment or facility which has good capability or performance to reduce emissions of GHG, but is not yet popular in the partner country where the equipment or facility will be installed due to being costly. Using this financial support, participants can reduce initial cost of the expensive equipment to be more competitive, and this leads to the promotion of introducing energy-efficient systems. These are the requirements for the JCM model projects. The first one, project needs to reduce emissions of greenhouse gas with leading low carbon or decarbonizing technologies in partner countries, which must include reduction of energy-related CO2 emissions. The second one, project needs to contribute to the sustainable development in partner countries. Project shall comply with the relevant laws and regulations of the partner country and also in line with international practices and guidelines regarding the environmental protection. Thirdly, the GHG emissions achieved by the project can be quantitatively calculated and verified. This figure shows a typical form of an international consortium. Each model project must set up this consortium, which consists of a representative participant on Japan's side and a partner participant in a partner country. To implement the project smoothly, the representative participant manages the project, whereas the partner participant installs them and maintains the equipment. The important point is that the partner participant must own and use equipment introduced by the model project. This is because Equipment needs to be properly operated and maintained and work for the partner country to realize reductions of GHG emissions throughout the period of issuing credit. We select projects organized by reliable representative participants so as to finish the project successfully as intended. There are some criteria to be a model project. We consider this criterion of cost effectiveness, that is, amount of financial support versus amount of GHG emission reduction, is important to distribute limited budget effectively for excellent projects. We set this value less than 4,000 yen per ton, or about $40 US, which sometimes act as a ceiling of the budget for some projects. Recently, we observed many proposals are made for particular technologies in some countries. If the number of applied technologies exceeds 5 in a country, this value decreased to about $30 US. Solar power projects in Mongolia, Palau, and the Philippines, and hydropower projects in Indonesia are for this. And if the number exceeds 10, it further goes down to about $25 US. Solar power project in Thailand is for this. One of the important points of this scheme is to support diffusion of advanced technology and products in partner countries. Another condition for the project is set by this category of technology applied to each country. The maximum financial support is 50% of the total cost of a project. This rate goes down based on the already applied number of similar technologies in each country. The first one has the greatest impact for the diffusion of technologies, as it is newly introduced, then the second and the third one. In case of Costa Rica, 2 projects with 3 different technological categories are implemented so far, namely chiller, water heater using waste heat, and solar power plant. We update this table for next fiscal year, adding newly proposed technology this year. It is getting diverse every year, and this demonstrates that the JCM model project could be applied in a variety of fields. We improve the scheme of the JCM model project every year to accept a wider variety of field and business area. JCM Ecolease scheme is one of them, a newly introduced scheme in 2020, which is dedicated for leasing business to use this financial support more easily. Under the uniform financial support of 10% of the project cost, which is lower than the percentage for a general project. The advantage of this is shorter obligation period of monitoring. Simpler documentation makes it easier for leasing business to apply for the JCM projects, the model projects. Again, we improve the scheme to create more opportunities for business partners as much as possible. In many areas, the technologies of model projects has been applied. This slide shows a variety of areas that the JCM model project has been applied, from the lighting in the retail store, solar power system in the shopping mall, heat up in a hotel, heat pump in hotel, a variety of production equipment in factories, in industrial field. We have already introduced many systems for utility field, solar power system on reservoir, methane gas recovery system, rice husk power generation, waste to power generation.
73になったね。
Also, transportation area. As you can see with these pictures, JCM model project is effective for international promotion of structures. So you will have a lot of opportunities to make use of this model project to reinforce infrastructures in your country. This is a timeline for the fiscal year 2020, starting from April in Japan. We closed for the call for proposals at the end of October. We received many high-quality proposals even under the tough situation of COVID-19. We made the last announcement of the selection for the fiscal year on February 1st, which is only last month. In total, we selected 25 projects, and each selected project entity went through or are going through the administrative process for financing a contract to start their project. The process of JCM model project starts from calls for proposal, and we assess and select projects which deserve financing and make contract of financing. Participants are able to start implementation to each project after this contract and make effort toward its completion as planned. They will get the finance after successfully passing our inspection. After the commencement of commercial operation, they monitor the result of reduction of emissions of GHG. Then the relevant credits were issued as the outcome of the project. This list shows that 25 selected projects in the fiscal year 2020. Geothermal plant is a new technology for the model project, and blockchain technology will be used to dispatch solar power between multi-site and multi-customers. The connection is dynamic and complicated, so this technology will be used to connect them flexibly and effectively. Also, JCM Eco Lease Scheme, the first one was selected in the initial year. They are adding more variation to the JCM model projects. As you can see from this sector column, the colored green one were all renewable energy sector. So 21 out of 25 projects selected are for renewable energy. So this percentage is becoming increasing, and this is one of the trends we have been seeing in recent years. From here, I will talk about the projects in Costa Rica. This map shows all the projects supported by JCM financing program. Till now, total of 180 projects have been selected. Costa Rica has 2 projects. This project is 5 megawatt solar power project in Belen by NTT Data Institute of Management Consulting Inc. and Generación Solar Fotovoltaica Belen. This project was selected in 2016 and already in operation. This enabled Coupe Guanacaste, sorry, my poor Spanish, to diversify the source of energy to supply, energy supply by introducing renewable energy, complementing the water power generation in dry season, and also contribute to GHG emission reductions. The expected GHG emission reduction per year is 2,245 tons. This project was already registered as JCM project on 23rd February 2020. Another one, this project, introduction of high efficiency chiller and exhaust heat recovery system by also NTT Data Institute of Management Consulting Inc. and MGM Sustainable Energy Limited, selected in 2016. This project aimed to improve the energy efficiency of a luxury hotel's air conditioning system by replacing the existing centrifugal chiller with a high efficiency chiller, which was expected to improve the energy efficiency up to 40% compared to the standard centrifugal chiller. And this project also replaced the existing heavy oil boiler with a high efficiency exhaust heat recovery water heater that can supply hot water and heating, and also utilize the cooling of the cooling tower by combining with the chiller. The expected GHG emission reduction per year is 585 tons. The applied methodologies are already approved. However, the project is still under validation. The COVID-19 gives people not only in Costa Rica and Japan, but also around the world, unprecedented hard times. These JCM model projects are also affected by this pandemic. In Costa Rica, the registration of project of introduction of high efficiency chiller and exhaust heat recovery system is currently on hold in the process of validation because the hotel, the recovery heat, the chiller and the waste heat recovery heater was installed has been closed due to the plunge in the number of tourists. This made the TPE difficult to verify the PDD. We strongly hope that the recovery of the normal life in Costa Rica, which will bring back many tourists and improve the situation. Not only Costa Rica, but also many project participants in other partner countries face hardship due to this pandemic. We support participants towards successful completion of their projects in various ways, as shown here. We continue our activities in promoting JCM via webinars, online seminars, and symposium. We also hold online consultation meeting with prospective entities to develop JCM model projects. We believe our activities are bearing fruit, and seeds for the new JCM model project are growing even under COVID-19. We hope that the JCM model projects will be developed in Costa Rica as well, which may contribute to Costa Rica's NDC as well as SDGs. It is true that COVID-19 limits us. However, we keep our activities to proceed JCM, not to deter action for our precious environment, and contribute to the reduction of GHG in partner countries. One important method for the promotion of JCM is this JCM global match system. We intend to create more projects in Costa Rica by this tool. So please let me hand over to Ms. Aoyama for the JCM global match. Thank you very much for listening.